On January 24th, I put in Microlink extensions. They look like this. They clamp onto your hair with this little metal ring. I don't know if you can see it. It's the color, it's as close to your hair color as they can get it. So like if you have blonde hair, they'll be like white-ish. Brown, black hair would be a black one. So I've had these in a little over a month, and I actually really like them. Like, being a mom, I don't really have time to clip in extensions every morning, and it just gets really annoying. So these go in your hair and they just stay in your hair. I've had them in a little over a month. None of them have fallen out. If you do them right, all they do is like slip a little bit. So you just have to go in, unclamp them, move them up, and then clamp them again. Which is easier said than done, trust me, it's really hard. So yeah, when I put these in, I did it myself, so it took me about 3 hours. Of course, I was taking a few breaks because the kids, and then plus 3 hours just standing there putting things in your hair. My back started to hurt, my hands started to hurt, my arms started to hurt. So if you do get these, find a friend that can help you put them in. It'll make your life so much easier, and they'll be put in better. So the place that I got them from, I got them on eBay. I'll put a link to the seller down below. I only paid $25 for these, and they're rummy, and they're 20 inches long, so that's a really good deal, as opposed to $50 ones at Sally's that are clip-in, that you have to clip in every day. So yeah, that's another reason why I like them. So this is one that I had in my hair. I had it up here. It was kind of slipping, so I decided to take it out so I could show you guys. I'm trying to put it back together. You can get different like quantities. I got, I think, 100 of these strands because I have thin hair. It's layered a bunch, so I didn't need that many. But if you have thick hair, like really thick hair, you're probably gonna have to buy the ones with like 200 strands, which is a lot more expensive. So I don't know. So if you're looking for extensions that you don't have to mess with every day, that you can just leave in your hair, that's not going to cost you like hundreds and hundreds of dollars, these are good. Some cons with them, when I noticed when I was pulling this out, it did kind of hurt, and it pulled out like 1 or 2 hairs, but that was because I didn't clamp it all the way open. So if you're taking them out, make sure you get the clamp all the way open into like a circle so it doesn't pull out your hair. Okay, so maintenance on them. You wash them just like your regular hair. They say not to use conditioner that have, I don't know what it is exactly. It ends with C-O-N, like silicone stuff. You're not supposed to use that because that will make it slip more. And yeah, you just wash it, and then when it's wet, make sure you don't brush your hair rough, because when your hair is wet, it gets like thinner, so they'll slip down easier. So just try not to brush your hair that much while it's wet. I try not to anyway. And when you brush your hair when it's wet, use a wide tooth comb. You're supposed to use that anyways on your hair, but use it so it doesn't pull as much, because you don't want these to pull out. And at night, when you're sleeping, I recommend putting your hair in a braid. That's what I do. You can also, I guess, put it up in a ponytail, but then it can still get tangled more. So just like do 2 braids or like 1 braid. I do 1 braid on the side, like every night. And use deep conditioners on them, like once a week. That's what I do. These have lasted a little over a month. They're still really good. They don't get all like bunched. You know how hair extensions, when they start going bad, they get like all like matted and bunched up, and they like kind of like bunch up like through the day. These are still good, and I've worn them every day since January 24th. Yeah. Okay, so how they work: you have this, you have the ring, and then this, I couldn't get it back in. That's what I've been trying to do this whole time. But this like goes up in there, and then it pulls through, and then when you're putting it in, you loop your hair through this little loop, and you pull it through, and then you take this little plastic thing and you just pull it out and through, and then your hair is through the little band, through the hair, and then you just like make sure it's all the way up to like just a little bit below your roots. You don't want it right on your roots because that will pull your hair and make it fall out. So just a little bit below, and then you clamp it with some pliers like this. Okay? And you just do that over your whole head. But there is a technique you're supposed to follow. So like the first row, you do a row, and then with the next row, you do it like in between that other row. It's called like brickwork. Like kind of like brick, they like go and then you go in between. So that's how you're supposed to line them up on your head. So you don't want them to be able to be seen when your hair is up. And then you don't want to go above into the red zone up here, because you don't want them to show through your hair. And if you tease your hair, you won't be able to see them. Like you can have them go farther up and you won't be able to see them, so then in the back it'll look more natural. And they're really easy. You just put them in once, which is the hard part. It takes a couple hours, and then after that you don't have to mess with them. Except once a week I go through and I feel all the different lengths, and I feel which ones I need to move up. So all the ones that I find that are really low, like an inch, like half an inch from my roots, I go in and I unclamp it and I just scoot it up, and then you're good. So I just put this one in. This is how long they were. I cut them quite a bit. This is how long they were. They were 20 inches. So I cut them a lot because I didn't want my hair too long, because the longer your extensions are, the more maintenance they're gonna need, and the more like tangled they get, and yeah. So if you're a mom like me, I recommend cutting them shorter, of course. But if you want really long hair, then go for it. If I wasn't a mom, I would probably go for the really long hair, but yeah. So that's pretty much it about them. I really like them. I'm probably gonna get more when these are not good anymore, but I think I will give my head a little break, like a month or two break, because with anything, it's not good to have in your hair for a long time. I mean, this is probably making some of my hair fall out, but I don't think it's doing anything that bad to my hair. I don't know, I could be wrong. I've looked stuff up on Google and stuff, and it says that as long as you do it right, it doesn't cause that much hair loss. So just make sure you do it right. Make sure it's not too close to your roots so it's pulling, and make sure you're not rough on them, like brushing rough. Brush really like soft. Like when I brush my hair, I do this, and then like I hold it so it doesn't pull, and then I do that, and then I just slowly go up so it's not like pulling on it, you know? So, and then with any extensions, you don't want to use a lot of heat on them, but if you do, use heat protectant so they'll last longer. Pretty much just treat them like your own hair. So that's it. Let me know if you have any questions about them. I'm sure there will be some, because I didn't really know what all to talk about. So yeah, any questions, just comment. No, say bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Come closer. Say
Hi.
bye.
Bye.